economic castle, people are going to come and want to take that castle away from you. And you better have a strong moat. You better have a knight in the castle that knows what he's doing.
If I can't tell the difference between you and all of your competitors, then the only reason why I'm going to buy from you is because you have a cheaper price.
One of the things I always look for companies coming in is, what's your unique advantage? What is the one thing you have that differentiates you from other companies?
Rise and shine, it's Entspresso time.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso, keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael. This channel was created to help you overcome the #1 challenge that is holding you back, a lack of belief in yourself. You watch these videos because you know there's something more inside you too. You have Michael Jordan level talent at something. So let's start your day off right together. Grab your coffee and sip on today's message from Warren Buffett. Also, if you want to have more confidence, check out my 254 series. It's free. The link to join is in the description below.
It's important to associate with people that are better than yourself.
What are the key indicators you look for within companies before making an investment?
Well, I look for something that does give them a moat around it. We have a company called See's Candy out on the West Coast. See's Candy is boxed chocolates. If you give a box of See's chocolates to your girlfriend on the first date and she kisses you, we own you. You know, I mean, we can raise the price tomorrow and you'll buy the same box. You're not going to fool around with success. So the key there is the response. You do not want to go home on Valentine's Day and say to your wife or your sweetheart, preferably they're the same person, you don't say, "Here, honey, I took the low bid." It doesn't work. Price is, to a degree, is immaterial. If you've got an economic castle, people are going to come and want to take that castle away from you. And you better have a strong moat. You better have a knight in the castle that knows what he's doing.
If I can't tell the difference between you and all of your competitors, then the only reason why I'm going to buy from you is because you have a cheaper price. You don't want to win on being the cheapest. You're amazing. You're a genius. You have Michael Jordan level talent. And it's time for the world to see it. You need to stop hiding. So I remember not too long ago, I was in New York and I was meeting with a former mentor. Wow, that's hard to say 3 times fast. Former mentor. Okay, got it. Yes. Meeting with a former mentor of mine, and he was asking what my competitive advantage was, and I said, believe. I said, believe, what is that? Like, believe. I want people to believe. I want to give people hope. I want people to have hope that it's possible and show them another way. It's like, hope. You can't be in the hope business. You're selling hope? What is that? You're never gonna win off of hope. You can't win off of believe. That's just silly. And you know, a younger version of me would have felt, man, I don't know, maybe he's right. Here's this guy who's had so much experience and done so many things. Who am I to judge? I don't know, I've never done this before. But the me who was listening to him was like, this guy just doesn't get it. I'm gonna crush off belief. I already am crushes off belief. People stop me and say, hey, you're the believe guy. Yeah, that's my mission, yo. That's what I'm doing every day. That's what I wake up trying to spread. It's the world's biggest problem and I'm tackling it. I'm gonna make my dent in the universe. Steve, right? I'm gonna go make my dent in the universe. That's my competitive advantage. And there may be people who don't understand it, and that's okay. You can't let their limited view of the world and super limited view of you prevent you from going off and doing your thing. So how do you find out what your competitive advantage is? I'm gonna give you a 3-step process that I think will help. So we're gonna go through the who, the why, and the how. And this is part of my new book that's coming out, Built to Serve. If you want to pre-order, be one of the first, and hang out with me every week on private Facebook Live calls. There's a link in the description. Go pick up your copy. Get in. I'll see you soon. We go through who, why, how. This is a super high level overview, but I think will really help. I think this concept will be life-changing. I've already seen it be life-changing, but I hope it has a big ripple effect in the world. So step 1 is the who. Who is your most important core value? What is it? What is your single most important core value? You have one. If you're a human, you have one. It's positive. You're here to make a difference. What is it? So for me, it's belief. My most important core value is belief. What is it for you? If you have to pick one single core value, not a list of 20 core values that you hang up on a wall and that nobody remembers, that doesn't count. One. Pick one. Stop saying you can't get me down to one. Stop trying to be perfectionist. Stop getting in your own way. Clarity is power. What is the one most important core value that you have? That's your who. Second is your why. Who, why, how. So why now is your purpose comes from your pain. The thing that you struggled with the most is the thing that you want to help other people with. So I could believe in anybody, right? I could believe, I'm looking down at the traffic down there on the 401, the busiest highway in Canada. I'm looking at the cars down there, and I could believe in every one of those people down there, every one of those people. I love believing in entrepreneurs more than anybody else because that's where I struggled. That was my biggest pain. Me saying I quit on my business partner and not knowing what to do next was the worst day of my life. And so I want to make it a little bit easier for other entrepreneurs not to struggle and feel alone as much as I did. And so whatever you struggled with, the most painful moment in your life, emotional pain, not physical pain, emotional pain, what was it? Your purpose, your why for the rest of your life is helping people who currently are what you used to be. Helping people who currently are going through the thing that you struggled so much through. You'll love helping people in general. Humans are built to serve. You'll love it. You'll love holding the door for somebody. You'll love, buying the groceries for somebody behind you in line. You'll love random act of kindness. You'll love cuddling a cute puppy. You'll love all of that stuff. It's great. We're built to serve. We are. It's hardwired into us. You'll love serving. But if you find somebody who is who you used to be, and you help them see a path forward, you represent hope to them, you give them strategies to come out of that hole and learn from you, it's gonna fill you up on a whole new level. You are built to serve and your purpose comes from your pain. That's your why. Who, why, last one is how. How is how you got out of it. How did you get out of the hole? That wasn't some random event. You probably tried a whole bunch of things to try to learn and get better and improve. You found a couple things that actually worked. That wasn't some random fluke. That's a teachable recipe that you can show other people. How you got out of the hole is something that you can teach other people so that they can climb out of the hole as well. They'll see you as somebody who represents hope to them, but not just hope, strategies. You're telling them what to do, right? The hope is the emotional component that is required. If they don't have hope, they're not gonna do anything. But once you got their heart, now you gotta lock in their brain and say, well, here's how to do it. Here's the steps, 1, 2, 3, let's go, right? So that's the how. And for me, how I saved my business, that I quit on my business partner, was I modeled success. I looked at Bill Gates and how he started Microsoft because I had a software company. And so I learned from him, I applied those strategies, and now my company started to grow. And what have I been doing for the past 20 years? Modeling success. The same thing that I learned when I was 19, I'm still doing now, and I'm teaching it now, right? I'm showcasing all these videos and everything you learn from all these successful people. So how you got out of it, even if you're not done climbing, you're not done. I'm not done believing in myself. There's still a million more steps to go. Awesome. Every time you take a step, you pull somebody up. Every time you take another step, you pull somebody up. You give back, you look back, you help, you assist. And how you can reach back is through the lessons that you have learned. And so you go through the who, why, how process, right? Who, your one word, most important core value. Why, your purpose comes from your pain. And then how becomes your passion. However you got out of the hole yourself, you can teach other people. And all of those combined becomes your competitive advantage. So nobody can touch you. Nobody can touch believing in entrepreneurs like me. You want to do videos like I do it? Awesome. I don't worry about it because at best you're going to be a junior Evan Carmichael. I want you to go do you. I'm facing forward, right? I'm in the present, facing forward, 0 time spent in the rearview mirror, right? And so that becomes your competitive advantage. You got to go find it. Now, I have a really special bonus clip that I think you're going to enjoy. But before that, question of the day, I want to know, what is your competitive advantage? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you promise to take action after watching this video, we don't just watch videos here, Believe Nation, we do something. If you promise to take action after watching, put hashtag Believe in the comments as a promise to yourself, and then get to work.
We just sold a company out of Atlanta that went on Shark Tank as Cycloramic. They had the iPhone that used the buzzer, and you ran this app on it, and it just turned around and did a panoramic version of the phone, took panoramic pictures. Well, they changed the format of the iPhone, which is great. This is a great lesson for entrepreneurs, right? So this guy came in with this really cool app, worked with an iPhone 5, and it just turned around and take panoramic pictures and then stitch them together, and it was a cool picture. Well, so I give him $250,000, I think, for 20% of the company or 25% of the company. Not 4 months later, Apple changes the iPhone, and it's got this like rounded thing underneath, and we're like, oh, what are we gonna do? But the guy was smart. And one of the things I always look for companies coming in is, what's your unique advantage? What is the one thing you have that differentiates you from other companies? And for this guy, the product was interesting, but as I said on the show, the ability to program video and use what became computer vision was a unique skill that was hard to find. And so we worked with him and actually worked with him to bring in another CEO. And they used that same technology to be able to scan cars. So now if you go to websites like Carvana to buy a car and you see how you can turn the car around just right there, that started with their software. And the guy's name is Bruno. So Bruno, we just sold his company for $22.5 million a couple weeks ago. And so I walked away with 25% of that. So I was like, yeah, Shark Tank.
If you want to know why Warren Buffett thinks you should read more, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
Still spend 5 or 6 hours a day reading. I mean, you can learn so much. I particularly love biography.